So guys, there looks to be another change coming up for the Model Y as well as the Model 3, which further expands on the choices available for qualifying owners. Now, just a few days ago, we talked about the massive price reduction that Tesla had done. Both Canada and the US saw a price drop ranging within $200 to $1,000, which then ultimately led to further discounts through the federal incentives. This would drop the price by $7,500 as well as qualify it for the Model 3 long range trim. All of that and what had happened this week ties exactly into why Tesla has planned to release these new models. Alright, so the Model Y is a very popular car, especially in the North American market where you'll see SUVs pretty much everywhere at every single intersection. This is either because they have a larger family, have the need for space, or just want a taller vehicle in general. Then there's also the ones like myself which really enjoy the outdoors. Camping is one of the things that I do regularly, and this is where folding the seats flat, laying down, you cannot get out of a sedan. All in all, the Model Y is a perfect car, the perfect SUV for all scenarios, and this is why the majority has opted to go with this car. Now, of course, this is not specific to the US or Canada. This could be applied for anywhere around the world. Those who enjoy the same comfort and flexibility would always opt for a Model Y over anything else. However, the difference between North America and any other region around the world is the fact that sedans are just as popular. The Model 3 is an extreme hit in the US and Canada and sells just as well as the Model Y. Although the design of the Model 3 is impractical compared to any other options available in Europe and Asia, it is still the preferred design over a hatchback or anything else on the market. And when it comes down to it, a lot of us over here prefer looks over form, and it is the main contributing factor as to why the hatchback design is not as popular in North America. So because of this reason and the rise of popularity with the new Model 3 design, the Model Y sales started plummeting and Tesla had to act quick. And what they had decided to do was actually quite genius. They relocated the Model Y locally sourced battery over to the Model 3 production. This would then qualify the Model 3 long range for the federal incentive of $7,500, but in turn disqualified some of the Model Ys with different batteries. At this point, the limiting factor to all Tesla vehicles qualifying for this federal incentive is the battery production of locally sourced material, and this is the reason why Tesla is having to shift the different battery cells around. But for the time being, Tesla had to set priorities straight, and they set the cells and the batteries over to the best selling cars right now, and that is the Model 3 long range. This is where they are able to qualify 2/3 of the trims available in this model. Alright, so with the shift of the battery over to the Model 3 production, this meant that the Model Y was definitely going to take a hit. Shortly after this had happened, Tesla had announced that the Model Y was no longer going to qualify for the federal incentive within Canada. This means that all trims are no longer going to have any discounts at all. They gave a 24-hour courtesy notice, and for those that were in the process of ordering, as long as you order within that time frame, you will still get the federal credit. However, for the US, things were a little bit different. They opted for a different approach, which would allow them to redirect the battery but still qualify for the $7,500 incentive. From what it seems like, battery priority is still set for the Model 3 long range and performance, while the Model Y is going to be a case-by-case basis. What this means is that Tesla has released 2 new variants of the Model Y, and depending on your qualifications, you will get either one. Depending on your eligibility, you will either get a Panasonic or an LG battery. One will be locally sourced and the other one will be imported from China. Tesla has figured a new way to allocate the correct battery for qualifying owners, allowing them to better optimize for the production and the disbursement of each one. So to simply put it, if you don't qualify for the tax credit due to having a higher income, the system will automatically pair you with an imported battery from China. Whereas if you do qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, you will be paired with a locally sourced Panasonic battery. This is the minimum requirement to be able to be eligible for this incentive. So now things are quite simple. You either go onto Tesla's website, the design studio, make your order, and it will tell you if you qualify or not, or you can go onto Tesla's inventory page. There will be a toggle that will change the variants, letting you know if you will be getting the Panasonic or the LG, depending on your qualification status. So all of this seems fair enough. In the end, everybody gets the Model Y that they wanted, and everybody pays the exact price that they deserve. However, this isn't exactly the case. There is much more to it, and outside of just the surface, there is a clear difference between the two types of cars. Although from the surface you may not notice a single difference at all, those that know the difference between the two types of batteries will really understand why Tesla has opted for this decision. The pros and cons are quite clear. According to owners of Model Ys with the LG pack, the charging curve is substantially slower than that of the Panasonic batteries. You may not notice anything driving it off the lot, but as soon as you get to a supercharger and plug it in, you will see that it will charge much slower than what you have ever been used to. It is so much slower that even Kyle Connor from Out of Spec has gone out of his way to say that you should do everything possible not to get the LG pack in your Tesla. He further went on to say that even the LFP pack seen on the standard range Model 3 is a better road tripper car than that of the Model Y with an LFP pack. So that goes to show how much worse and how much slower these Chinese-made imported LG batteries are. With his expansive experience and various types of EV testing, there is no doubt that there is the truth, and it is laying right there. You should not get an LG pack Model Y even if you are forced to, and there is one way to get around it and one way to get the Panasonic regardless of what type of income you have. If you are in the market for a Model Y and you head over to Tesla's website, Design Studio, you hit that order button, everything will be automated. It will automatically pair you with the correct car, with the correct battery, and this is what you want to avoid. Although this method here is not guaranteed, it is very highly likely that you will be paired with the Panasonic if you do go through this method. To be able to trick the system and get yourself a Panasonic battery Model Y, you will have to act as if you don't know, even if you do. You don't know your income to be specific, and you don't know if you qualify for the incentive or not. So by going through the entire process of ordering without inputting any additional detail, the system will automatically think that you will qualify and will pair you with the better battery. This is where once you take delivery of your car at the delivery center, you can let them know your actual income and they will still pair you with the exact car that has been delivered. So yeah, even though this all sounds like a headache, it's all well worth the time because in the end, you will know that you will have the better car. I just really wish that one day Tesla will be like every other car manufacturer and produce the exact same battery type, the exact same motor, practically the exact same car for the global release, so nobody gets anything better than anyone else. But until that day comes, this is what you're going to have to do to get the best deal for your dollar. This is what Tesla is going to do right now for the next little while until they ramp up the production of the locally sourced batteries. Anyways, this is live on Tesla's site right now, so if you have watched this video and you are planning to order, make sure you go through this exact same technique if you want the very best. I will continue to keep you guys as updated as possible on anything else that comes up, so make sure you stick around, hit that subscribe button and that bell notification if you haven't already done so, and follow me on Twitter at HeyJohnE. This is where you guys can chat with me, DM with me, and I will respond as quickly as possible. This should be it for this one. This is John once again. Peace out.